The public just don't know what dish they're being served up here.
And it's no less serious when the arrangement operates the other way. In using Channel 9 news content, the ABC is making a mockery of its claim of being an independent public broadcaster. Channel 9 reporters are conducting interviews which the ABC simply reruns as their own.
I haven't been in a real scary situation yet. Hopefully I won't have to.
In having a commercial organisation supply its content, the ABC is in real danger of breaching its own charter, which in part states,
"The corporation shall develop and maintain an independent service for the broadcasting of news and information by the corporation."
The Charter of Independence may be compromised by this. In fact, I think it would be compromised by this.
And the ABC editorial policy further reinforces the fundamental of independence for the public broadcaster by stating,
"The ABC is also independent of any private interest and control. The ABC exercises complete control over all its content decisions."
Except, of course, when 9 News supplies their content and interviews.
It really does surprise me, but I'm so happy and glad they did.
Someone's obviously forgotten the Charter and their responsibilities and obligations under the Charter.
There's not much left to be independent about when the camera tapes come from Channel 9.
All of those issues are enshrined in the Charter and enshrined in the ABC legislation. And to me, this seems to fly in the face of that.
The ABC Act also requires the corporation to
ensure that the employees of the corporation include an adequate number of persons both within and outside Australia for the purpose of collecting the news and information to be broadcast.
They must be economising on staff. In fact, both channels must be economising on staff. So this reduces the opportunities of employment for journalists, and it probably reduces the opportunity for training for journalists.
It's very unhealthy territory for our public broadcaster. Take this example. The ABC shot this story of Adelaide company Superlock securing a big international contract. Superlock happens to be one of Channel 9's advertising clients. And while the ABC didn't run the story in the end, the footage and interviews of their client's success were lapped up by 9 News.
The potential is amazing.
This close alliance is not to be confused with the long-standing pooling arrangements the commercial stations have to cover overnight shoots, and which the ABC pays for when needed, though these seldom involve interviews. Furthermore, Channel 7 and other networks pool from time to time with the ABC, here and in other states, particularly when it's not practical for all crews to be present. Sporting press conferences and match vision are also swapped around regularly. But sports reporting is basically entertainment and not hard news, and these arrangements are generally well understood by the public.
Why is it happening? I mean, is the ABC, I don't think the ABC, so far as I understand, have offered a proper explanation other than to say, oh, well, pooling is a common feature of life and it saves money. Well, yes, both of those things are true, but actually we're going a step beyond that here.
It's even become inescapable to those on the other end of the camera lens. In this case, the Federal Infrastructure Minister, Anthony Albanese.
Your public dollar at work, good to see. They need the money.
Of course, the joke is really on the taxpayers, who have the right to feel ripped off financially. Oh, as well as being conned by both broadcasters slapping their logos and claiming copyright on content they didn't originally collect.
That's a good point. I mean, you really should know.
It's a particularly bitter pill for all those ardent ABC viewers who claim never to watch commercial TV. Sorry to break the news to you, but...
You know you're soaking in it. Dishwashing liquid, palm olive, and it softens heads.
Perhaps it's the heads that are softening in this case. Of course, when Graham Gilbertson, the bloke who's emerged from semi-retirement to run 9 here, thinks of Adelaide as just a big country town,
Adelaide, in many ways, is a big Mount Gambier.
that might explain why he's at the wheel of such a hokey operation. According to the ABC's management, pooling is a standard feature of day-to-day news gathering. Every network does it. The response from Nine is similar, and they also deny it has anything to do with staffing levels. Now, we don't hold individual staff responsible. In fact, we understand many at both channels are embarrassed by what they've been asked to do. However, the defining principle behind news reporting should be openness and transparency, reporting things others don't want you to hear. And maybe that's just what we've done.
I would expect ABC management to review it, to look into it.
The only way in which the ABC can be enabled to do its task properly is to have adequate funding. So the government needs to use some of its surplus to fund the national broadcaster so that it can be a truly independent national broadcaster.
I would expect, if the ABC board had any sort of strength of purpose about journalism, which sometimes I doubt, they would hop onto this too and put an end to it.
Graham Archer there, and ABC National Management has not yet responded to our questions, while the Media Union says organisations must ensure both diversity and independence.